WhatsApp chats allegedly between Republic TV's Arnab Goswami and BARC CEO Partho Dasgupta is all over the internet. A 5-page document allegedly made public by Mumbai police has messages that were exchanged between Partho Dasgupta and Republic's editor-in-chief, and it has raised several eyeballs all over. The conversation was recorded as a part of Mumbai Police's supplementary charge sheet in the fake TRP scam. The scam, ladies and gentlemen, was registered in October of 2020 against TV news channels, including Republic TV. Now, the former CEO of BARC was arrested in the case on 24th of December 2020, and subsequently Republic TV's editor-in-chief was also arrested. The leaked conversation has revealed some damning information which has now been widely talked about. Now, it's common for journalists to have free access to power corridors, but to what extent is the question? If that access in turn is being used to influence or is being abused, it becomes a concern. As you can see on your screens, the conversations that Goswami has with Partho Dasgupta reveals Goswami's proximity with the Prime Minister's office and members of the ruling government. In the chat, Arnab says, and I quote, "All ministers are with us," when Dasgupta says that a kind of political game has started against Goswami. Not only this, Arnab frequently talks about access to Prime Minister's office, meeting with the ministers, and his dealings with the officials in the PMO office. At one point, Goswami can be seen as playing a power broker. In one of the chats, Dasgupta asks Goswami to use his influence at PMO to get him a media advisor role. In another shocking revelation from the leaked document, it was found that Goswami was in fact discussing abrogation of Article 370 in advance. Arnab had allegedly sent 50 crew members to Jammu and Kashmir on 3rd of August. Now, that is 2 days before the major announcement was made, the chats revealed. It was also found that he allegedly met with National Security Advisor Ajit Doval before Doval left for Srinagar. It can therefore be speculated that Goswami knew about the abrogation of 370, and he also was seen bragging about how people were glued on to Republic TV during the coverage. The most damning of all the leaked conversation is in fact where Arnab talks about the Pulwama attack. Referring to the Pulwama attack, he says, and I quote, "The attack we have won like crazy." Now, we don't know at this point whether he was talking about the coverage of Republic or the attack itself. Further, it appears that Goswami already knew about Balakot strike. He says, and I quote, "Something major will be done this time." He further goes on to say, "Bigger than a normal strike." The WhatsApp chats at numerous places suggest that Dasgupta helped Goswami manipulate TRPs in favor of Republic by suggesting strategies on programming, distribution, and also informed Republic CEO on ways to increase the distribution. In July of 2019, after a Network 18 channel climbed to a number 2 position on the BARC rating chart, miffed Goswami told the then BARC CEO to do something about it. The conversation goes on as follows, and I quote, "Network 18 as number 2 is bizarre," Goswami says on July 18th, 2019. Dasgupta replies that people in the board do not agree with Arnab, and he was saying so to Arnab because he considers Goswami as a friend. Goswami even asked Dasgupta to, and I quote, "moderate the influence that the landing page feature has on TV18 channel's rating." 10 minutes later, BARC CEO tells Goswami that he has asked his chief operating officer at BARC, and I quote, "to show you and Vikas what kind of cuts happen at Network 18. He says it's confidential, of course, and we don't talk about this at this level to anyone. Further, on a separate occasion, as you can see in one of the chat messages, the former BARC CEO allegedly sent a confidential BARC letter to Goswami saying that he has jammed the News Broadcaster Association, while Goswami replies that he might speak to Prime Minister's office regarding the matter. In another chat, Goswami indicated that he would be meeting BJP leader Prakash Javadekar to ask for help from the PMO with respect to the TRP scam. Some messages also suggest that Dasgupta told Goswami that TRAI, or the Telecom Regulatory Authority of India's proposed reform to measure TV viewership digitally using a special software and set-top boxes, would politically hurt both Goswami Republic Channel and the BJP. And he allegedly asked Goswami to use his influence with the ruling party leaders to sabotage the regulatory authorities' proposed reform. Remember, the digital software would have made the audience measurement or TRP calculation automatic and digital, making the system more transparent. The damning 500-page document in public domain has raised questions on collusion, power broking and corruption in the conduct of a prominent news channel. It is therefore surprising that no mainstream media has talked about it just as yet.